Good evening and welcome to this week's episode of Word Sandwich. I am Sergio Barrero, the sexy potato, and with me once again, as always, the lovely Susan Chisholm, nurse hot stuff herself. Susan, welcome. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. I'm so glad that this week is almost over. It's been a challenge this week.
Yeah, I can imagine. But yeah, I kind of get that because we're a week away from Thanksgiving and things are starting to
Yes.
sort of meld all together as far as time goes. So
Yeah. This time of year always kind of feels like that. Like the time goes really fast, but also really slow. I don't know if
yeah,
that makes any sense.
no, it does. It does. It
Yeah.
absolutely does. And yeah, it's one of those things where you just kind of got to go with it and let the roller coaster take you where it takes you.
Yeah. There's only so much you can do. So,
Yeah, indeed. But yeah, we are here tonight for another episode of Word Sandwich. Thank you so much for being here. And as we get started, I don't even have like I normally I have two or three topics to kind of discuss beforehand. And
right.
this week I don't because our topic today is so unique that I wanted to make sure that we took the time to give it its just due. Because tonight we're going to be talking love languages here on Word Sandwich. It's not a topic that I myself have ever really been um, attuned to. I'm not going to lie. It's one of those things that for me is like, meh, whatevs. And so,
Yeah. I can understand that. I know that a while back ago when we talked about it for the first time, it was one of those things where it was, hey, this is kind of hokey. You know what I mean? Like
well,
this is a
yeah. And I
little
mean,
woo woo.
yeah, I don't really, I guess what it is I don't really, well, okay. So what I was going to say was I don't really subscribe to it, but the truth of it more than likely is I don't know enough about it to decide whether or not I even want to subscribe to it. It's not a bad thing. I'm sure it's awesome. And I understand the gist of it, but
Right.
it's one of those things that I just figured, hey, I'll put myself under the learning tree of Nurse Hot Stuff and see what I think.
Be
So
very afraid. Be very afraid. Just kidding. So, yes, we're talking about the love languages. Um, a lot of it's you've heard about it a lot, and I mean, I think even Oprah at one point had a special on her talk show. What this is back in like 1992 or 1993. Dr. Chapman wrote a book about love languages, and what he wrote about was essentially the way that we talk and listen to each other without words,
right,
or not necessarily with words, in a way, in a demonstration of love and how we would, how we love each other, or what ways. But with every relationship, there's challenges, there's miscommunications and stuff like that. And somebody might feel a little, I don't want to say lonely because that's not the right word, but they'll feel not like they're not loved or appreciated as much as they think they should be, which is fair. Um, and so what Dr. Chapman has, created was the 5 love languages. And so essentially it breaks down, as you can see here. So quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch, receiving gifts, and acts of service. Now, what those all mean is we'll get to that in a little bit, but there has also been follow-up lately, within the last maybe 10 years or so, that adds to the, I don't want to say research, but essentially the researcher is that we not only receive love in
mhm,
one of these languages, we also give love in one of these languages, and they're not always the same thing.
yeah,
Um, and of course, as you get older, these languages can change. You mature, and you just want different things, and so um, it's not a stat it's a not a static thing. So
yeah,
um, so to break these down, it's a lot like what it sounds like. So
yeah.
um,
Well, and before we do that, I so just so I understand, the overall sense here is this is just one way to kind of classify or quantify what our what our love looks like.
Yeah, that's a good way of saying. Let me see. I've got to fix something really quick.
Sure.
It's weird.
And so, as we wait for Susan to work through her setup here, one of the reasons that I wanted to have this conversation is because, again, my knowledge of this whole concept is minimal, and as a result, I was curious to see about exploring this in more detail. So, I want to take a moment to say hello to those of you who are here. Angie, good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by and saying hello. And it looks like Susan's back.
Yes.
There she is.
Sorry, I was hearing something. I discovered that my microphone was not set to the right settings, so I had to fix that. I apologize if you couldn't hear me or if I sounded like a tin can that entire time.
It was tin canny, but now it sounds awesome.
Okay, it was. I had a new. I got a new, or actually, I plugged in my old webcam to try some stuff out. Because this one's giving me some trouble, but forgot to change the sound back. I'm not sure. Anyway.
But now you sound great.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so I kind of lost track of where I was, but I kind of break them down a little bit.
Well, we were just talking about how they are potentially a way to show what our love looks like, and I was telling the folks while you were resolving that the reason we're doing this tonight is because I just have become more and more curious. But before we get into it, I want to make sure you saw this. So, hey, Dodger, thanks so much for stopping in. We appreciate you. And don't forget, we appreciate you making the trip over to Twitch. And also we said hello to Angie, and we're glad she's here as always. So thank you for hanging out. So
thank you.
Let's take these one at a time.
Okay.
Walk me through, and I want to start with the one that for me is the one I'm most curious about, but that's okay.
Of course. Yeah.
And that's going to be, quality time. And the reason I guess I feel the way I do about that whatever that potentially really looks like is because it's so tough to make time. So walk me through that one. Let's start there, and then we'll go around the circle from there.
So with quality time, the idea is that you crave just being with your significant other. You enjoy doing things, doing things with your partner, of course. But it's engaging in activities together. It could be, putting together a puzzle. It could be watching TV. It could be, doing a craft together or a class, like
right.
painting with a twist, for example. And so those kinds of things are, it's to make that connection. And so just craving time with that person. That's one of the things I've spoken about with my partner in the past. It's I can sit in silence with you and just be happy because you're here, and we're spending time together. So
for me, quality time. Yeah. So now that you're talking through it, like I've shared often, and I think I've shared on the show that Jen and I we're at an age where going outside of the house really it has to be something impactful, and we still get out, we still do stuff, but it has to be something that, like we're excited because next year we're going to go see Neil deGrasse Tyson. It has to be something of that level to get us out of the house. Right. And so it would seem that in my mind, that I'm not making enough time for her to take her to these spectacular places, but it sounds like quality time is also defined in a way by what her and I weekly activity looks like. So for instance, I've shared before, Jen and I, our weekly nights together, because we're both busy with other things, myself with my project shows and so forth. So we have set aside Sunday night, Monday night, and Wednesday night. And those are, I call them Jen nights. right?
Yeah.
Those nights
I mean, that's
are
perfectly, it makes sense.
yeah, but they're specifically for her, and nothing will deter me from, you know, and if there are exceptions made, they're discussed together beforehand.
Right.
Like
Right.
I'm getting extra time with her next week because Thanksgiving, then Friday, and so forth, right?
Yeah. That
So
makes
we do sort of flex at on occasion, but
Mhm.
quality time, then you would say, or you're saying it would be, that's an example that we set aside those 3 nights,
Yes.
and all we do is watch TV. Like we binge watch shows, and we love doing that. And
Well, but you also spend time talking to one another
not
about the
really,
show
we
or
just binge
about
watch shows.
whatever.
So
Okay.
I'm kidding. Yeah, we do talk.
I'll just
We have dinner
um
also.
yeah, you have dinner together, y'all talk, but that being in each other's presence and spending time enjoying something together is quality time.
Yeah.
And
What does that look like for you and Cullen?
we play video games together
Okay.
often, every night.
You make cheese?
Every single time I make cheese. That's where this comment came from.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's one of my characters on our Red Dead Redemption online role playing server. Yeah. Anyway, skip that for now. Moving on. What other? So that's kind of feeling seen. Um, that's mainly like the center, the core of the love language of quality time. If that makes sense.
Gotcha. All right. Before we get to the next one, I want to say hello to Red Script tonight. Thank you so much for being here, along with Drew. Thanks so much for hanging out tonight. All right, what do you got?
Hi.
What's the next one? Number 2.
I don't remember what was on the wheel.
Oh,
Next.
sorry. Let me.
Yeah,
bring it
you
up.
had it. You're hiding it from me.
Production
What
value.
was it?
Oh,
Okay.
there it is.
Okay. Words of affirmation. So that one is another one that you will see often people saying words of affirmation. It's exactly what I mean, again, these are very self-explanatory, but I want to break them down
Sure.
to help. So words of affirmation can be anything from like, hey, thanks for doing this thing for me. It could be, hey, you looked great today. I'm really proud of you. Stuff like that. And so what that can do for someone is it again helps them feel seen. It helps them feel appreciated. It helps them feel known. You
Right.
know what I mean? So if someone's primary love language, if you will, is words of affirmation, you can show them, you can like shower them with compliments and stuff like that. And, just acknowledging them and saying it out loud helps those people kind of thing.
So, and I know we'll probably get to this, but I feel like I want to do this in context for myself, selfishly. So then these 5 things are how I should show love to the individual based on their preference.
Correct. So in the beginning, when I talked about there is a language that we talk and then a language that we hear. That's the way that's the only way that I
Gotcha. Okay.
can. So this is somebody's that the love language that they hear.
Okay.
So if you wanted to interact with your partner and make them feel loved, you would talk in that language to them.
Got it. So someone who is not comfortable with compliments,
yeah,
words of affirmation doesn't land because
Nope.
that isn't their love language.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly. So, I mean, if maybe it's your love language, and this is, back in the beginning, and, Cullen and I, back in our beginning, and we read this book, the book is just called 5 Love Languages. We read the book in the beginning and we kind of worked out our love languages.
Mhm.
But before that, there was a lot of like, discord is the wrong word. It's very, very strong word, but it was one of those things where it's like, I feel like you don't hear me. I feel like you don't appreciate me. I feel like you don't love me. I feel, you know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
like,
we all go through that.
but it was one of those things where it was just, oh, hey, this makes sense. And, once there's a quiz and everything like that. Once we took the quiz and found out what our love languages were, it became so much easier to communicate. It became so much easier to show our love to one another.
Do they evolve? Like over
Absolutely.
time, would our languages change, or our languages change for ourselves?
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Absolutely. And
Gotcha.
that's, yeah, kind of, I mentioned in the beginning about that it can change as you grow as an individual and as a couple. And there's also different love languages for not just like your romantic partner, but also any platonic relationships that you have as well. That's similar, but not quite as intense, if that makes
Got it.
sense.
Yeah. Every time you say I mentioned that before, it makes me feel like I don't listen. But thanks.
Well, if
I'm
you
teasing.
listen,
I'm teasing. But since we have a moment, I want to do some words of affirmation to our friend Monica and say hello to her. She has joined the chat. Thank you so much for being here, Monica, along with
yeah,
everyone else. All right. So words of
see, feels great.
affirmation.
Yeah.
I was hoping we could have time to do the test, but given the discussion, I don't think we're going to be able to have the time. But I think we can assess based on our own understanding of these what these would be for us. So I'm curious to see where we end up. So what's the third
Yeah.
one? Let me bring up the image again.
The third one, according to that, okay, physical touch.
Ooh.
This one is yes, also yes. Ooh, but it doesn't necessarily have to mean just being intimate
Right.
or sexually active or sexually relations, but it can be anything. Touching somebody on the shoulder, giving them a hug, patting them on the back, holding their hand in public, scratching somebody who loves getting their back scratched,
Hmm.
or like their head, their fingers run through the hair or whatever. Like it's a thing. So
This is definitely
even
not mine.
I know. We've talked about that too, because it's like
Ew.
even just being physically close to someone, who's someone whose love language is physical touch, being close to someone and like just sitting to where your shoulder or your arm, your elbow is touching them,
Yeah.
or putting your hand on their leg or whatever.
Elbow
That
dropping
is
them.
let's not talk about that. But that physical touch is enough for them to feel like, again, seen, loved,
So it's a range,
appreciated.
obviously, in
Absolutely.
terms of the level of contact.
Exactly. So like for someone like I know that one of my love languages that's really prevalent is physical touch. So, if we're sitting watching TV and Cullen just puts his hand on my leg, I'm like, it sounds silly, but it's something even that small.
Yeah.
Or, we're walking through a parking lot to get inside, he'll grab my hand and we'll hold hands, and I'm over the moon. It means
Right.
so much to me.
Red has a
so
great example here, I think. Rubbing my feet after a long day wearing leather combat boots with no socks. It's a great example.
great example.
I can't imagine
Yeah,
that
I'm
would be
picturing that.
comfortable.
Thanks.
Yeah. I'm not into getting my feet rubbed, that's for sure. But more power to Reds.
I mean, hey, listen. That's your thing. No, I mean, of course, like if that was, if that was his love language, and his significant other was totally fine with touching feet, that would be one way that they could show their love and admiration for them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is one where, like for myself, Jen and I are very similar in this area, that we don't really need all of the, like, the, I don't want to say heavy physical touch, but like there are times when we're watching TV on the couch that I'll reach over and I'll just put my hand on her arm, and it's, she still gets, after this many years, she still gets that little ooh, kind of cutesy reaction. But then if she were to even do that to me, I'd be like, what the hell? Like, what? I get startled. I would get startled more than anything else, because I'm, by now, people who know me, especially her, I mean, we've known each other for 40 years.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make the word bound. I want to use the word boundaries, but I don't want to have it sound so rigid. But
Right.
she knows my tendencies when it comes to a hand on the shoulder or a hand on the arm. My initial reaction, unfortunately, is most often like it startles me out of whatever state I'm in.
So what you're saying is she understands that that's not your love language.
Correct. Absolutely. Yes.
Hey.
But
Kind of
here's the other thing. There are times though when I'm like, I just really want a hug, you know, and so she understands that that's, even though she's not a big hugger herself. So I guess we can dip into these even if they're not our primaries.
right, because again, it's a range. So I was reading a lot, in preparing for this because I knew about this and I've known about it, but there's very rarely a 0% on a
Okay.
love language. So sometimes you just want to hug. Sometimes I struggle with compliments as well.
Mhm.
And sometimes I just want to hear you're like, hey, you did a really great job at that. And I'm just like, thanks. So, yeah, but that's definitely a thing that happens too.
Gotcha. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on to the fourth one, which is
Receiving gifts.
receiving gifts.
So this is something that, again, personally, I like receiving gifts, and sometimes I struggle with it because it has to do with me. I
Mhm.
don't feel like I'm worth whatever it is that you gave me. So receiving a gift as a love language, receiving gifts, it helps you know that you're being considered, that you're being thought about, that you matter.
Okay.
So for example, like, hey, I was walking down through the mall, and I saw this keychain that reminded me of you. I got it for you.
Mm.
Or something like that. Hey, the other day you were talking about this new wine that you heard of that your coworker shared and that you wanted to try it, so I went ahead and got it for us. Or I know you had a hard day, here's a bag of chocolate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that knowledge of, hey, somebody thought about me, and
Got it.
this, I have a tangible thing.
So
I have a love.
if someone brings me a bag of tacos
Yes.
and I'm made happy by them,
Mhm.
then receiving gifts would be one of my love languages.
Again, none of them are 0. So maybe not all of the time, because if somebody were to bring you like a keychain, you'd be like, cool, thanks. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where everything is a little bit different.
Got it. So where do you land on gifts?
I like gifts. But okay, within reason though. So like, if it's happened a few times during Christmas time, I like to give gifts. I love giving gifts. That's my way of speaking love to others. I will
Mm.
make you something. I will buy you something. I'm not always good about listening or remembering what you said when you said, "Oh, I like this thing." Gone. But hey, you got a new truck. I'm going to get you cup holder liners. Whatever.
Right, right.
He's,
what a weird thing to go to, but okay.
I mean, he
Well,
has a wish list.
so
That's all I'm saying.
I'm reminded of when you and I first met. We
Yes.
bonded over our mutual love of many things, roller derby included, but also our love for the show Firefly. And so you exhibited your love language of giving gifts when you made me the Jane hat. Is that a fair example?
And I made it 7 times. Way too big. Way too big.
But
yes.
But it
Yes,
tapped into an area of mine that is not normally a love language for me. Receiving gifts is probably not high on my list. I don't have an actual score, but I certainly didn't go, oh, what's this? It genuinely touched me that you would do something because it was handcrafted. Yeah. Yeah. And you've done that over the course of the years we've known each other. You've done things like that. And so
absolutely.
I'm understanding what you're saying, picking up what you're putting down, especially when you're putting down gifts in front of me. So,
well, okay, yeah. I mean, that's just one of my that's one of the ways that I know, because I struggle with compliments, not only receiving them but giving them.
Yeah,
Because I'm that super awkward, like, hey, dude, you are awesome. Way to go. You know,
Right.
it feels weird. It just feels odd
Right.
to, so yeah.
Well, and I think a lot of it has to do with context. Like you have to have a not only context but also a connection.
Yes, absolutely.
I find myself able to give compliments more so to people that I know well,
Right.
or else my compliments become very surface. You know,
Right.
and I think a
Absolutely.
lot of that has to do with the fact I have spent my career handing out compliments
Mhm.
to my students, right?
Right.
But there's only so much I can say within a classroom setting that has context in the normal world, right?
Right.
And so outside of this, if I'm even exercising this particular love language, it
Mhm.
has to be with someone I know really, really well, so that whatever I say or compliment has meaning.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Exactly. Because if I'm understanding what you're saying, like you say, "Hey, great job" to your students. Okay, thanks. Like it's that's kind of like a little
I can say that
mm,
to any one of them that does a good job, right?
right. It doesn't mean as much,
Right.
I guess.
Well,
That's
I mean, I would hope it meant something in the context of the classroom, right?
oh yeah, but I
But
mean like
deeper compliments are more comfortable for me only with people who are close to me.
right. Right.
So,
That's completely understandable.
yeah,
but
I soak compliments up. I'm not gonna lie.
but
I'm totally okay with this one.
okay, that's fair. But I mean with just like with words of affirmation, receiving gifts is it's easier with someone you know well.
Sure.
Personally,
Yeah.
so that
Because
if that makes
the gift would have to have meaning, I would imagine.
probably. I mean, and that but that meaning can just be I saw this and thought of you.
Gotcha. Gotcha. That makes sense. All right. I
Alright.
think we have one more.
Yeesh. The last one is acts of service. So this is
That sounds like work.
doing it can be doing something for someone else.
Okay.
So, hey, I saw you had a hard day. I went ahead and ordered pizza. It's on its
Mm,
way. Hey, you before you left work, you told me that stuff went sideways at work and you're going to be really tired. So I went ahead and folded the clothes for us.
okay.
Um, you know, just those are just some of the examples.
Mhm.
I brought you um food and stuff, but I cooked the meal and I cleaned the kitchen afterwards.
Okay.
Those are really common ones. Or picking them. Hey, I you said you were really tired, so I drove over here and picked you up from work.
Gotcha.
So those kinds of acts of service are again really dependent on your love language. You're receiving your love language. That can also be something very uncomfortable.
Mm,
If and that's actually one of the ones that receiving acts of service is lower in percentage of people who have that as their primary love language,
okay.
because it's one of those things where it's like, I feel weird people doing things for me. I mean, but then again, you've also got people who are, princesses, if you will, and they're just like, do it for me. I'm fine.
Your words, not mine.
Opening a door for someone is also, that could be considered an act of service.
Right. Right.
So
Oh,
pushing-
it used to drive Jen nuts when I would do that because, strong, independent woman, right?
absolutely, yes.
But what I've noticed over the years is that she has adjusted because she knows that it makes me happy to do that for her.
Yeah,
So it seems
absolutely.
like that amidst all of this, there is the adaptation from the recipient. Because
Mhm.
here's the thing, we've gone through the 5. I know we're still talking about this one, but as I think more about it, the more I think about the fact that love languages are not limited to your significant other, your life partner, partners
Exactly.
in some cases.
Partners.
It can be applied across all of your relationships.
Mhm. In your friendships and everything.
Right.
It doesn't have to just be romantic partners.
Got it.
Yeah,
So the fact that
and
I'm
that
heading up to Austin so I can have dinner with you and Cullen, I'm
mhm,
showing love to both you and Cullen
yes,
as an
because
act of tacos.
an
So
act of tacos. We're doing, but like the fact that you are driving up is an act of service.
Okay.
But then we're going to have quality time.
Oh, so there's ways for them to blend.
Exactly.
Got it.
And, whenever you get here, we're going to say, Sergio, it's so good to see you. And we'll give you a hug.
Maybe.
Probably.
It'll
I'm
be-
giving you a hug so you
it'll
can
be a
fight me.
side, like an awkward side
I
hug.
will fight you. So, but that's what I'm saying. So we've got all of them.
With
you know,
Cullen,
if
I'm gonna like grab him, pick him up, and spin around. So
Yeah, he would love that. He would love that. And then of course, like if you happen to bring us some gifts, it'd be fine.
wow,
Buy us tacos.
so cleverly snuck in. That's funny.
So, and I know that we had talked about it earlier about, I'm going to send you the link and I'll kind of talk through some stuff
Mhm.
and have you take the test.
So-
It takes about 2 minutes. What?
Oh, really? Okay. All right. While you
Yeah,
do
the
that,
one-
Drew came in with this comment. If someone wants to wash my dishes, I'll accept your love. I'll cook for sure. Love it.
All right. So this one, I looked through a bunch of websites. I sent it to you. I looked through a bunch of websites, and there are multiple different websites of take this quiz, and it'll pop up with your love language.
Mhm.
And a lot of them, you have to take the quiz, and then you have to, before they give you your results, you have to sign up for email. You have to
Oh yeah.
get a text message or put in your credit card, but it's totally free. So this is one of the websites that I found that doesn't do any of that. Obviously, they offer products if you want to buy them. And so it's like an in-depth detailed chart. This is how many questions you answered this way, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
And here, I'll put it up on the screen if anybody wants to do it. Can I spell? Yes, I can.
It was funny because I was originally gonna just suggest that we revisit next time the results, but if you're saying it's gonna take, because it looks like it's only 30 questions.
It's only 30 questions, so it does not take long.
Do you have yours already done?
No. No. I haven't done this quiz in a long time.
Okay.
But I was researching today and I was kind of looking through stuff. And
oh my God, this first one's already making me go like that.
there you go. So and that's what it's saying is some of the that's what I was going to say with it's like some of those options don't apply or they're lower down on your list of love languages. So, the first one might say something about gifts and physical touch. Which of these do you prefer? And you have to answer the question based upon which of those feels better for you or is more comfortable for you.
Gotcha.
And again, while you're doing that, there are other people who have developed similar scales to this 5 love languages. And there are some that are tailored to a specific group of people. Like there's one that, because, people who have ADHD have different sorts of hyperfixations and their love language might change rapidly. And they have their own kind of set, informally set of love languages that are, broken down by like, okay, I brought you this little piece of information. I found this rock and I liked it. And, like little tiny things. And so it's like pebbling is one of them. Relation. So you tell a story and I tell a story that's similar somehow.
Okay.
That's a love language. That's saying, hey, I relate to you. Stuff like that. So they have similarities between the, OG original love languages, and then they have some of their very own. I can say that I've done that quiz more recently. And of course, as expected, it was relating. It was and pebbling, the two that I mentioned is because it's called pebbling because like penguins, will go pick up a shiny pebble and bring it to their partner. Bringing some little things like that is pebbling,
Got it.
if that makes sense.
No, it does. It does.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's definitely individual. But yeah, if anybody out there wants to get up on this website, love-language.co/en, take your love language quiz and report back your results. We would love to hear them. I would love to hear them. And so this, and this will tell you what way you receive or you feel like you received love, if that makes sense. So this isn't how you speak love. This is how you hear love.
Got it. Okay. All right. I'm almost there.
No, it's all good. I am. Let's see something really quick. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, no. I have to reach out to them because
There's so many questions based on people just simply paying attention to you.
Yeah. And I imagine that as you answer things, the questions will change just a little bit.
Yeah.
So also while you're doing that, I want to say, hi, Rasta Funk Jr. Welcome to our show. Haven't seen you in a minute. Hope everything is going well. He popped into my stream like last week or so. And it was nice to see you. It's one of our original friends in the streaming world.
Absolutely.
Okay, there we go.
All right. I got 4 more to go, and then I guess it's going to give my results.
Yes. Yeah, should give you your results right away. I'm a little twitchy. There we go.
All right. Last question.
Last question. Go for
Oh,
it.
man. This one's like, okay, fine.
It is a challenge, right?
Yep. All right. Let me go ahead and bring up this screen.
Okay. While you're doing that and talking through it, I want to do mine real quick.
Ooh, Khalea, you weren't doing it?
No, I was talking.
Now we got to wait for you.
No, because you're going to bring yours up and talk through it.
Oh, am I? Okay.
You don't
Let me
have to
do
go
that.
into a whole lot of detail. I'm just saying.
No, I'm okay doing it. Let me just set our screens here. Okay, here we go. And I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to show you what the results are.
Mhm. This one does this has little 5-second breaks in the middle.
I know. Yeah, exactly. All right, so here's where I landed. Oh, that's hard to see. But I guess there's not a bigger version of it to be able to like.
No, but I
show
mean,
it.
I can see it. It it says that it's
Oh, here we go.
quality time. Oh, that's smart.
All right, so my big one obviously is quality time at 41%. Acts and services is 24, words of affirmation 17, receiving gifts is 10, and physical touch single digit at 7%. Yeah.
Wow.
So no, this tracks very accurately for me. And don't get me wrong, I mean there are people who know that if I haven't seen you in a while, I will, and I always ask, I'm like, hey, do you mind? And I put my hand on like little bitty hug, but that's the extent of it,
Right.
especially if it's an acquaintance or someone who I've only known, peripherally.
Right.
It doesn't mean I care about them any less,
No.
but there's also, for me, it's not a necessity for there to be physical touch upon seeing someone, right?
Right.
So
It doesn't have to be all the time. It doesn't have to be every constant.
right.
So
Right. No, this is really, really, really accurate for myself. Thank you, Angie, so much. We appreciate your loving us in
Yeah.
whatever. What does watching our show qualify as, Susan?
I would say quality time. And since she's saying have a wonderful Thanksgiving and happy to be here, that she's happy we're here, that could be quality time and words of affirmation.
Yeah. So thank you, Angie. We appreciate you being here and being such a loyal follower of our show. But as I look at this, it tracks very, very well with how I would have ranked these myself blind. So pretty awesome.
Okay, hang on. I am done.
So next time you come up to hug me, I'm going to do fist bump, and you're going to have to understand that I'm a 7%.
You're going to be like, ha, okay.
That's my 7%.
All righty. Let me bring up mine. And
yours is going to be physical touch 93. Oh, no.
I want to talk about it. Let's see if I can bring it. How did you do that? I use
Go to your 3 dots on the top right corner.
I know.
Oh, okay. There we go.
I do the exact opposite.
Funny.
I love hugs. I love
0 on words of affirmation.
I'm uncomfortable with
compliments. Oh, that's right.
I struggle with compliments. I struggle with someone saying like, "Hey, you look really cool." I'm like, "Thank you."
So if I say something like, "I love those glasses. You look so cute in them."
Thank you. But you can see how very divided mine are.
Yeah.
I've got one that's 38%. That's
right.
not very close, but it's over half.
Sure.
Or over a third, not over half.
Right,
over a third. And then the next one is almost a third. And then everything else
scales down.
So, that's not to say that I don't enjoy quality time, that I don't enjoy sitting next to someone watching a show, or, sitting next to someone, or even just having an in-depth conversation back and forth, like face to face with somebody,
right,
over a meal. That's not to say I don't like that.
Got it.
It's just, that's not my favorite.
All
so,
right. But if I never compliment you again, you'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, and it's part of it is because I don't know how to react, and the other part of it is that I'm working through stuff, but it's like I don't feel like I deserve that compliment.
Yeah.
That's me, and we're not going to get into that. But anyway, so yeah, physical touch. But I can tell you when we first did these, physical touch was like second from the bottom.
Okay.
And
they evolve over time.
Yeah, everything evolves over time. So, I think at that time, quality time was my highest.
Gotcha.
And now it's second to last.
All right. Well, if you were fortunate enough to be here with us, now you know what Susan's love languages are and what mine are. If you came in after I shared mine, well, then you're just going to have to guess. So,
hint, it's not physical touch.
It's not physical touch. That's 7%. Quality time and acts of service is are my 2 highest. But even the difference between quality time at 41%, acts of service at 24%, that's a distinct drop. And so, yeah, for me, it's all about time. I get more value and feel more love when someone wants to spend time with me. And I think that's why I'm very possessive of, those 3 days that we talked about, that I have with Jen. And yet I'll be the first one to go, hey, listen, like next week, I'm going to be making burgers for dinner on Sunday. And so I said, hey, do you want to invite so-and-so? And then since I'm going to see you Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend next week, I'm getting extra days with you. How about we have someone over, and that, because now we're going to lose the Sunday night, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
I'm willing to flex, but I also I'm going to get my day back. So, and now this makes
Yeah.
more sense as to why I think that way,
Yeah. You're not giving up the day. You're just shifting the day.
Right. But I'm also, again, willing to, I'm not going to be so rigid. Like, for instance, there's weekends you come down, right? Because we, work on production stuff, whatever. And I know that weekend, that's Susan time. And so we're going to be doing A, B, and C, working through our list and so forth. But yet you, just a few weeks ago, I had to do a show, a music show. And you were like, well, then I'll be right there with you. I'm like, well, let's have you on screen. So there's ways we work through these things that are outworkings of more than one of these love languages. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
Cool.
That gives me another way of saying, like, okay, now I can show you love and appreciation,
right,
by just being with you, being in your space.
Yeah. This was very enlightening, Susan. Thank you. I've always shied away from it because it was like, feelings. And so it wasn't something that I really wanted to delve deep into, but you've really, in less than an hour, given me a lot to think about, and it's really cool. And it allows us to because like you said, and we said earlier, this is not just about your significant other. This is about your love languages. I think we said manifest themselves with all people in your life.
Absolutely.
From the smallest of acquaintances all the way through to those, loved ones and family that are closest to you. I would be really interested to see my siblings and where they land, because we are all, the six of us are all so different. But then there are things that we're like, I know my sisters and my brothers love me. They know I love them, but boy, that's not a word that we throw around comfortably.
Right. No, I know. That makes sense.
And so, but it's because that's, it sounds cold to say it this way, but it just wasn't ever part of our lexicon.
Right.
But they know, like, when it comes to Christmas, I love making gifts that I give them.
Right.
And I see way more value and response from them than when I'm like, hey, here's this cool thing I got you. It's so much more well received when it's, hey, look, here's a homemade hot sauce I made for you. And they're like, dude, so you can kind of see these things at work. I just never knew what they were called. So,
right. So that type of thing, the making and also giving, is a combination of acts of service and gifts.
Right.
So
that's cool. I love it.
Now you know.
Now I know. All right. Well, now I have no excuse. So
there you go. You're welcome,
Absolutely.
siblings.
Well, thank you, Susan, for walking us through this. This was a lot of fun. And we got all into the sticky emotional stuff.
Feelings. Ew.
Ew is right. That would have been the name of the show if I thought about it. Ew.
Feelings.
All right. Well, thank you again, Susan, for walking us through that. As we get ready to get out of here, for those of you who celebrate, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving next week. We will not be on next week, obviously, family time and such, but we will be back a week from next Thursday with our next episode. So we'll hope you'll join us. We'll be thinking between now and then what we're going to talk about. And maybe we'll do hate languages. No, that's horrible. That's horrible.
No.
I'm just kidding. That joke did not land.
Setting fire to your houses.
No, love languages was cool. I want us to do more stuff like this, especially as we get into the new year, because again, this is, I was doing my show last night, and the theme was back to back. I was playing 2 songs from each artist and so forth. And the very last 2 songs I played, one of them, it's an absolute favorite of mine. And it's been going through my head as we've talked about this, because it seems like if you understand people's love languages, then, in the words of Tears for Fears, their song Sowing the Seeds of Love, we're able to do that. Like, we can manifest that idea of sowing love into the world by understanding those, from those closest to us to those who are, acquaintances. There are ways to show love and sow love into the world. And maybe we should take those acquaintances and get to know them better, because in doing so, maybe that's going to be how we sow love into their lives. And so
Right.
I'm a big proponent of using the word love in places outside of my family relationships and my wife and I. And so I'm just going to start by saying, Susan, to you first, I love you very much. And I thank you for all that you've done with me here, and especially for tonight, helping me to understand a concept that has always been sort of one I've pushed away. So thank you very much.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm happy I could help.
That's how you tell me you love me back. God,
I love you back.
I know.
First of all, I
need words of affirmation, man. That's 17%.
I said, whenever you said I love you, I said I love you too.
I know. I'm teasing. Please tell Colin I love him as well, and that I'm looking forward to tacos tomorrow with y'all. So, all right. For all of you who are watching with us tonight, thank you so much for putting up with the mushiness of tonight. We hope that you will take an opportunity to read up on love languages. They really are awesome. You can pretty much just search love languages and you'll find a ton of material on the interweb Google box. So we encourage you to do that. We also want to figure out, where can we find you, Susan?
You can find me on kick.com/nursehotstuff, x.com/nursehotstuff, twitch.tv/nursehotstuff, and nursehotstuffdesigns.etsy.com. I should know my own shop name.
I was going to say, and I'm looking for, there it is. There you go. Nurse Hot Stuff Designs.
Hot, spicy jelly and jam and salsa.
Excellent.
Right
For myself, you can find me at x.com/sexy potato surge, as well as on Twitch. I am now DJ Sexy Potato. And that's because where I really want you to find me after this show, of course, because if you're on KOBD Productions on YouTube, don't forget to click that subscribe button. And that way you can continue to see our show week to week. But also find me over on a little place called Mixcloud, mixcloud.com/the sexy potato, and check out my radio show on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and the weekends. So we're going to have some fun. I've got tonight, I'll be on after this, and it'll be Love Gone Wrong songs, Susan. So I invite you to join me and try not to cry.
Oh, I cannot guarantee that I will not be able to cry.
Absolutely. I understand. Well, once again, to all of you in the chat, thank you so much for being here. If you're watching the show later on demand, we thank you for stopping by, and we encourage you to click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and stick around for future shows. Say hello when you can, or just watch it and then comment below your thoughts on whatever topics we have this week. We want to know, what is your love language, and how do you feel about them? Just let us know. So, Susan, as always, thank you. I know I've said it like 7 times already, but I truly mean it. Much love, and let's do this again soon sometime.
Absolutely. Can't wait.
All right. On behalf of Susan and I, we say thank you, and we remind you, as we always do, you are awesome, you're amazing, and the world's a better place because you are in it. We'll see you next time. Sow that love. We'll see you next 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now.
Y'all have a good night.